Simulated racing can be awesome, but it can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, the racing was always fun. But there was always a certain level of chaos or danger, until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at iRacing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race, so you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight, and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all will be kept in the pits. Not to mention that with members in over 130 countries already in their vast community, you can find races day and night, so you can always get in the action. You can even join a league of your favorite series, and work your way up to one of 7 world championships, offering over $500,000 in prize money. And since updates are always automatic, you don't have to worry about software and can focus on the track. Zip up your fire suit and check out iRacing.com.
Welcome in here, race fans, tonight to the Gateway Motorsports Park, or the Worldwide Technology Raceway, as better known as of today. The Granny Hips Walkers and Canes 100 here for the Checkered Flag Auto Supply. It's the Scrambler series for the Red Light Racers here tonight on Monday night, and you know what this is? That's right, it is round number 1 here tonight, presented by Granny Hips Buckley. You'll see him out here a little bit later on tonight. He's not one of the drivers that are locked into the championship. There are 15 drivers, though, have made it to the promised lands, the promise of a possible championship. Those drivers are DJ Anderson, Tim Blum, Sean Butler, Dustin Gainey, Chris Hammett, Zach Mitchell, Richard Murdoch, Sean Single, James Skelton, Jeffrey Souza, Joe Strano, Max Terriel, Michael Trevarthen, Ethan Troutman, and Jason Wells. Those 15 drivers all are here into the first round of the playoffs, but they won't all stay in the first round. Well, they will stay in the first round. They might not make it to that second round, the round of 8. 15, we will cut that all the way down to 8 after the next 2 rounds. We're here tonight at the Worldwide Technology Raceway, and then we will head to Rockingham just next week. That's when we'll cut things down before we head to Dover, then Nashville, and then we cut them down to just 4 as we go racing in sunny California on July the 25th. But it is just about time to get down trackside here, as it actually is. There it is, the Simbox starting lineup. You don't have a Simbox? You need a Simbox, race fans. Head on over to Simbox/PC on Facebook.com and get yourself a custom-made button box for your sim rig here today. This is how they will line up. Snagging the pole here in the Granny Hips Buckley Walkers and Canes 100, it'll be the 86 of James Skelton. His outside, hailing from north of the border, driving the number 42, this is Max Terriel. And back in P3, he hails out of Ayer, Massachusetts, the Sean Single. Number 11, Shanika will roll from 3rd. Rex Hoyle with one of his best qualifying efforts of the season. He'll take the number 54, Colony Tire and Service Center, number 54, to 4th. How about Chris Hammett? He'll go in car number 6, starting from the 5th position, and starting 6th, the man that lives just down the road, DJ Anderson, in the number 51. Zach Mitchell in the number 24 will go 7th here tonight, while Joe Strano in the Road Rage Accessories number 43 will go with 8th. And Jeffrey Souza in the Souza Media number 4, he'll go P number 9 on the call here tonight, while Michael Trevarthen, the Rev Esports driver, he will go from P number 10. It's the Turbo Dork Radical Paints, the driver out of Canton, Michigan, driving the number 98. That's Ryan O'Donnell. The Full Throttle Racing Adventure in Pixel 01 of Richard Murdoch will go there from the 12th starting position. 13th here tonight out of Tampa, Florida. Driving car number 1, the Rev Esports. BK Paints number 1, that's Dalton Williamson. And starting back into the 14th spot, he drives the Genesee Cream Ale entry, the aging hipster number 73 of Philly Edwards. And then it's the Granny Hips Walkers and Canes number 13, driven by Joshua Buckley back into the 15th starting spot here tonight. And starting 16th, it'll be the Home Depot number 62 of Ethan Troutman. Starting back into the 17th starting spot here tonight, it's the Culpeper's Bakery and Cafe number 14 of Brian Bianchi. And the Alien number 64 of Jason Wells will start 18th. 19th will go to the Classics Hot Sauce number 10 of Tim Blum, while Rob Higgins in the Silver Bullet Higgins Hill Racing Checkered Flag on display number 40. He'll go 20th. 21st here tonight to the Chick-fil-A driver, number 15 of Dustin Gainey. It's the Beefy Motorsports number 38 of Brandon Feeney. He'll roll off from 22nd here tonight. 23rd, then we'll go to the Aussie. He's not fighting a kangaroo here tonight, but that's Kevin O'Brien in the 184. Bob Higgins in the Checkered Flag, auto supply number 30, will roll from 24th. 25th will be Tony Streno in car number 3. That's your Simbox starting lineup as you see the cars out onto the raceway. Look at them as they all come by the camera here on the pack straight away. All drivers getting ready. It'll be 100 laps the distance here tonight. First round, first race of the playoffs. Max Terrill, James Skelton on the front row here tonight, getting ready. iRacing.com safety car is off the speedway. The Granny Hips Buckley Walkers and Kane 100 is green from Gateway. Everybody trying to battle down to turn number 1 here. They want to get there first. It's going to be an inside-out groove here. These cars are going to start to walk themselves up the speedway here early on in this one. Great start by James Skelton on the outside. He'll take the race lead here down the back straightaway into turn number 3. See if he can come back around here and lead lap number 1. Out of turn 4 he comes. One driver sideways towards the mid-pack. He drives, I believe that was the 64 of Wells. Wells got a little sideways. Lap 1 does go to James Skelton here tonight. Wells, one of the drivers we're watching for here in the opening round of the playoffs. Out front, though, the 86, the snack into a Slim Jim entry. James Skelton is out front. Max Terra closed in. Sitting there in third after 1 lap completed. That's the number 54, Rex Hoyle. And Shanika in the Scooby-Doo entries back there in 4th. DJ Anderson said he absolutely hates this track, but he is sitting there into the 5th position currently. One driver bouncing it off the outside wall. I believe that was the Turbo Dork Radical Paints entry of Ryan O'Donnell. See Ryan out there underneath the number 61 of Dalton Williamson. Williamson a rocket ship down the back straight away off turn number 2. He'll pull ahead of the Turbo Dork Radical Paints entry. Here really have to lift before they sail it off into turn number 3. Out front still going to be James Skelton. Been able to hold a pretty wheel here in the early stages of this one. Chris Hammett still trying to fly like Batman on the outside with that Pfizer number 6. They'll tuck back in line now and try to cross up underneath that number 4 machine. Down the back straightaway they go. So right now you see that number 6 machine working the inside lane. Not quite able to get that done, and we'll get a little tap there from Joe Strano. Going to send the number 6 around. Oh, Ryan O'Donnell nowhere to go. He's involved. Dustin Gainey, Brandon Feeney is turning around. Couple cars involved here in this one. I think the Feeney car back there may have also got tagged as a couple drivers went by. So the first caution flag of the night will fly here at Gateway. Ryan O'Donnell pulls away, but boy, his car looks like it's seen better days, that's for sure. There's the Turbo Dork Radical Paints number 98 of Ryan O'Donnell. He'll definitely be bringing that Full Throttle Racing entry to pit road. A little early here. I don't think we're going to see pit stops, but let's take a peek back here if we can. Watch that number 6 entry. Down in the corner, maybe gets a little bump from the 4 on the quarter panel, and then the 43 gets him, and Ryan O'Donnell just nowhere to go. Dustin Gainey comes through there, Joshua Buckley on the high side. Right on board here with Brandon Feeney. Oh, Feeney got tagged from behind. So Feeney get tagged from behind. Chris Hammett, let's see. Watch that number 6 car down to the inside here. Yeah, you see a little bump. He slid up the track into the number 4 of Souza, and the 43 of Joe Strano had nowhere to go as Chris Hammett checked up just a little bit there. Close racing down into 1, just not going to work out here tonight. Ryan O'Donnell with the hard hit. Ryan just nowhere to go in this wreck. See if he's able to carry on here tonight. There are a couple drivers down on pit road. Tim Blum is coming back out in that Snickers number 10 entry. Looks like Ryan O'Donnell is still sitting down there at the Turbo Dork Radical Paints entry. So it looks like he will be able to carry on here tonight. So as he comes back out, he's the one driver that just missed the playoff bubble to get in on points here. So unfortunately, he's not battling to go to the next round of the playoffs. He is battling with the best of the rest. Yeah, that is an award. So looks like Ryan O'Donnell will tag the back of the field here. We will go 1 lap to green. We have one driver in the field not here tonight. Dave Bragg, unfortunately not with us. He is attending to his daughter right now. You see in the chat being posted. Right now there is a GoFundMe right now to help out with the family, the needs for his daughter. Of course, they're trying to recover from a stroke in the hospital. Of course, the lost wages for the family that they're going to occur and the medical bills that they will have. The racing community is strong and rallies behind Dave Bragg and his entire family. So, Dave, our thoughts, our prayers from the Checkered Flag Auto Supply, Red Light Racing, and all of us here with the Turn 3 Racing Network. We are praying for your family, and we hope for a speedy recovery, and we will be here in the time of need. As we get ready to go back racing here tonight. One caution flag is up. It's over. The iRacing.com safety car will make its way to pit road. You see that right there. Green flag is up at Gateway. We're racing once again. Another great start. Oh, trouble. Trouble on the front straightaway. A bunch of cars on the front straightaway here having some problems on the restart. Couple of them still stuck here. It looks like the 62. Troutman, there's Bianchi, there's Gainey, there's Feeney. Ryan O'Donnell is stuck back there. Rex Hoyle. Dalton Williamson. And this is going to take a minute to dissect, because where did it all go wrong? Big stack up, and looks like the 4 of Souza going around. Look at the track, it's just blocked. Tony Strano nowhere to go. Joshua Buckley pulling away. Let's watch the 4 and the 20 for, looks like Rex Hoyle missed a shift in the 54. And a lot of drivers going for a spin here. Let's listen on board with Rex Oil. You can hear it hung up in between the gears there, and everybody trying to come up through the gearboxes, and just, well, when you run out of RPMs, you stop making power, you stop going fast. Right on board with Dalton Williamson. Ouch. Parking lot on the front straightaway. Yard sale for car parts. Look at Brandon Feeney trying to come off the wall there. The accordion effect 3, 2. Murdoch into the 4. Craziness out there. Craziness out there, just like craziness still going on out there, because some drivers coming to pit road here under this caution flag. Looks like Zach Mitchell. A lot of these drivers actually having damage, so the drivers that have damage are coming to pit road here. A lot of the drivers are electing to stay out, so timing and scoring a little bit jumbled up here. Taking a look at drivers that were not involved, we can say, were the 86 of James Skelton, the 42 of Max Terrett, the 11 of Sean Single, DJ Anderson, Joe Strano, Michael Trevarth, and I believe the rest of the field had some damage or had to come to a stop to avoid the wreck out in front of them. Taking a peek at it, looks like Philly Edwards has called it a night here from Gateway. So the number 73 of Philly Edwards, the Genesee Cream Ale entry, is being scored into the 24th position. Brian Bianchi is actually just behind him on our scoring pylon, but Brian Bianchi is still here tonight. His crew still wrenching on the Culpeppers Bakery and Cafe, number 14. So we'll see if he can actually get out there. Oh, actually, it looks like the number 14 crew has decided to call it a day. So the Culpeppers Bakery and Cafe, number 14 of Bianchi, will retire, being scored 25th here tonight. Billy Edwards will be credited with 25th for Bianchi, 24th for Edwards. Unfortunate for a lot of these drivers, the way that their night is going to end. Looks like all drivers are back out onto the speedway except for the two retirees here tonight of the 73 and the 14. You can hear James Skelton out here trying to save a little fuel under the caution flag. Every little drop matters. So when they do get around to turns 3 and 4 here tonight, we're going to refire this one off, because the lights on the safety car are out. .25-mile speedway, playing a little havoc for some of these drivers here tonight. We'll see if this one can get them going. Green flag's back in the air. Here we go. This time looks like a much better start here by these drivers. Got him down to the 1, almost 3 wide back here. It looks like the number 40 of Rob Higgins down to the inside. I believe that's the number 24 of Zach Mitchell. He was in the middle. And that was the 30 of Bob Higgins out to the outside there. They all make it work. Bob Higgins looks like possibly some scraping of the chassis going on. All that number 30 machine. Battle for the race lead, though. Here comes that 42. The Storm from the north got a great run down out of turn number 4. He'll go into turn 1. Skelton going to drift high just a little bit. He'll give the 42 the inside lane. Skelton going to get that momentum wound back up. Side-by-side drag racing down the back straightaway. You see how the momentum just pulls the 86 of Skelton right back to the top spot. Couple drivers coming to pit road. It looks like Ryan O'Donnell and Tim Blum possibly coming to pit road. Still three wide racing a little bit deeper into the field. That was the 15 of Gainey. That was the 40 of Higgins. And I believe Chris Hammett right there also. They made it work, and they keep on trucking. Oh, a big wiggle that time by the number 15 of Dustin Gainey. That allowed the silver bullet entry of Rob Higgins. He drinks Busch Light more than Coors Light, but he said nothing like representing the beer car here tonight. They swap it back and forth once again, because this time now the number 40 of Higgins goes down in the corner, shoves the nose. Number 2 of Michael Trevarthen trying to pick up another spot here. He's picked up 5 already. He's trying to work over that number 51 of DJ Anderson. The number 61 of Dalton Williamson also back there trying to make some moves. He's to the inside there of Jason Wells. Dalton, one of those drivers that's really good on Thursday night. Says he comes here on Monday night to, well, just get the hangout with the boys. Not really competitive, he says. Looks like he's pretty competitive here tonight. Up 4 spots right out in front of him. The number 43 of Joe Strano trying to make his way a little bit farther up inside the top 10. He's running 8th currently with the Road Rage Accessories number 43. He'll lose the spot to the number 24 of Zach Mitchell. Mitchell takes that spot from him. And now Mitchell's already got his sights set on that 0-1 of Richard Murdoch. The old foundation. Coming into the night, he came in inside the playoffs looking to have himself a really good run. He was one of the last drivers to point themselves in. Didn't pick up any wins, only had 1 top 5 in the first half of the season, and only 4 top 10s. Right now he's inside the top 10, not inside the top 5, because, well, that 5th place is being held by the number 2, Michael Trevarthen right now. I say was being held because there goes the number 24. Zach Mitchell will now take that spot. He looks like he's got a pretty fast hot rod. Back up front, still James Skelton, Max Terra. They swapped it back and forth, but it's still the same 2 cats out front. Everybody kind of fans themselves out down here in turns number 1. It's a really hard braking zone down into 1. It is an oval track here tonight, but turns 1 and 2 are very tight compared to turns 3 and 4 here. Oh, that time a wiggle by the number 51. Looked like Anderson went to lift out of the gas, and the car kind of shot to the left-hand side. And there was that number 24 of Zach Mitchell. Mitchell takes the pass as he tries to set his sights now on Shanika Single. The 2 of Trevarthen trying to block off that number 51 from crossing back underneath. Here comes Murdoch. Murdoch trying to take a peek. Not quite able to do it off turn number 2. He'll fall back in line down the back straightaway. Our checkered flag on board camera with James Skelton facing the rest of the field. That's chasing him down right now. 20% of this one is already in the books. Only 2 race leaders, the 42 of Max Terrell and the 86 of James Skelton. They qualified 1 and 2. They're still running 1 and 2 on the raceway. So with James Skelton out front, Richard Murdoch, who lives just down the road, is having himself a little bit of a battle. Murdoch up the speedway just a little bit. The 43 of Joe Strano trying to go to the promised land. Only a couple hours away here from the Gateway Raceway. Gateway Motorsports Park, Gateway Raceway, Worldwide Technology Raceway. You name it, they have a name for it. 43 of Strano, though, is now falling back to being right on the bubble of that top 10. He's running 10th as you see Batman Chris Hammett go flying on by. Probably about 10 to 15 laps away from our first green flag pit cycle of the night, but I'm taking a peek at it. A lot of these drivers have already come to pit road at one point here tonight. So it's going to be kind of a little bit of everybody being off strategy. Some drivers came on lap number 11. Some drivers came on lap number 9. Some drivers, well, they haven't even come down pit road once. This driver, though, has been down pit road. He was there on lap number 11. It looks like just fuel for the number 13, Joshua Buckley. So the Granny Hips Walkers and Canes entry. Looks like he had just taken fuel, and right now he is sitting back into the 13th spot. He's up from where he started, but looks like he has a top 10 car, just can't quite get there right now. He's just 3 spots out. He does have that number 64 of Wells right in front of him. Then Souza and Hammett would be the next car, as Souza and Joe Strano are battling for that 10th spot. Everybody really stretching out here now, except for these two. Caution flag on the speedway. Trying to find the caution flag here. I don't quite see what happened out there. Looks like the 10 of Tim Blum having some issues on his side of the network thing. But your race leaders are coming to pit road here. There they come. The 42, the 86, the 11. That just changed hands right before the caution flag. So, Max Terra will lead everybody to pit road. 4 tires and fuel is what I'm expecting here out of these drivers. Long pit road. 45 miles an hour. See who can win this race off of pit road. There's the cone. You got to be the first one past the cone. Looks like it'll be the 42 of Max Terriol. Then the 86, the 11, the 2, 51, the 6, the 01 of Murdoch back in 9th, Souza into the 10th spot, Mitchell back to the 11th spot. Looks like Ryan Donnie got a lap back there, so the number 98 of Ryan Donnie will go back onto the lead lap. Believe the 10 of Tim Blum, possibly the one to bring out the caution flag there. The official saying leaking some oil out onto the raceway. We see Ryan Donnie coming to pit road just out ahead of him. A couple cars did come back to pit road. They did not make the access road first time around, so Dalton Williamson and Rob Higgins will come to pit road. Working our 3rd caution flag of the evening. This one not nearly as big or as wild as that 2nd caution flag that took about, say 15 cars along in that one with a missed shift by Rex Oil. So everybody out there trying to see if they can continue to grab all the gears. Well, what do you say under this caution flag? Let's grab a word in with the driver that's out there. He just got the lucky dog. How about it, Mr. Lucky? Ryan, that car looking pretty beat up, but now you're back onto the lead lap.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting. Everything kind of worked out.
Yeah, crazy out there for sure here tonight. How is the track? How is the car handling at this point?
Car handles fine, actually. I'm surprised that I didn't have more damage, and I got it all fixed up. So I guess we're back in this.
Well, with that car back up underneath you now, is patched up, bare bond, duct tape, whatever. They all use the zip ties, possibly, and some chewing gum to fix it. Do you think you can now work your way through the field here tonight?
I might get some cautions for help. I think I could probably make myself mid-pack, upper mid-pack.
You said the dirty word there.
Cautions.
Cautions. It looks like we're
plural.
Yeah, it looks like we're getting ready to bring back out that green flag. So, Ryan, keep your wheels down and point it in the right direction.
Here's hoping. Thanks.
So, well, he says maybe with a little bit of help, he'll be able to work his way back up through the field. He'll start shotgun to the field back there. 21st position. There's only one other driver that's out there. That's number 54 of Rex Hoyle. He is being scored a couple laps down. He's back in 22nd position. So, we'll see. Looks like the Blum entry was able to get back out onto the speedway. We'll see if he stays there. It'll be Max Terriel, James Skelton in your front row. We're waiting on that green flag. Heard that 42 driving off into the corner just a little bit farther. Trying to get the momentum on the outside, and it looks like he will. One driver towards the back looking like they're having some sparks flying out there. I think that was Tim Blum. But it will be the 42 of Max Terra holding and retaining that race lead. Now he'll put Michael Trevarthen to the outside of the Slim Jim entry. Not going to happen. Skelton holds on to that position. Then it's Sean Single, Chris Hammett, your top five as they come back around here. The next battle on the speedway is between the 64 of Jason Wells. Wells, one of those playoff championship drivers. Tony Strano to the outside. Big snack up down there in turn number one. You saw Tony Strano get on the binders and really have to slow his roll there. That'll allow Wells to pull even with him down the back straightaway. Wells kind of boxed in himself. Granny Hips was up there with her cane. Max Terriel just putting down the fastest lap time, that time by a 34:16 of the night. So now that he's out front with some fresh air, as Skelton looks like he's just can't get quite up to the same pace he was before that crossing flag. Maybe the tire pressure's just a little bit too low here on this early run here at Gateway. Souza and Murdoch battling back here for the 7th and 8th position. There goes the Souza media, number 4 to the outside of Richard Murdoch. 32 laps officially completed here, and everybody has at least made one pit stop here for tires tonight. Look at that big move there as Souza made it around the 0-1. Now here comes the power move from the number 24. Slingshot engaged here tonight down the back straightaway. They'll slide up. Murdoch is there. He gassed it up. Tried to eat his spinach like Popeye and go around the outside. He won't be able to do it, though. It'll be Zach Mitchell that takes the position. Now here comes the Road Rage Accessories number 43. Murdoch has just been under fire after under fire after under fire. They are all right there knocking on the back door. They all want a piece. They heard his cooking is good. And just like he told me one time, he can't cook. So the bleeding will stop for Richard Murdoch, but now Sean Single is to the inside of the number 2 of Michael Trevarthen in that Cartoon Network Scooby-Doo entry. See who gets the run off turn number 2. It's been the outside all evening long, and it looks like that'll be the same song and dance there for the number 2 of Michael Trevarthen. He will make the pass down into turn number 3. That'll put the battle then back to that 4th spot for Sean Single. There's the number 6 of Chris Hammett. Hammett going to try and cross over out of turn number 4. Nothing to do, though. Won't be able to get that crossover attempt down the front straightaway. So your top 10 has gone single file, and don't tell that to Zach Mitchell, because now Mitchell steps out of line. He'll go right back in. He'll put his shoes on and go back inside. These drivers were battling for a moment, then they went back into just going single file. Mitchell and Souza back at it. That rich DPC number 24 of Zach Mitchell trying to hold off the Souza media entry. And look at Joshua Buckley. He is trying to get inside the top 10. If he completes the pass on the number 43, he will be inside the top 10 for the first time here tonight. And the Granny Hips Walkers and Canes 100 here for Josh Buckley. Of course, they've got the Granny Hips Walkers and Canes logos plastered on the hood. Oh, he'll blow into the corner. Almost into the side of the road. Rage Accessories number 43. So now the 13 of Joshua Buckley going to have to get out of the gas. He's going to lose all that momentum here. And now he's got that number 64 of Jason Wells breathing onto the outside. That alien. That alien trying to get back around old Granny Hips. Granny Hips thought about pinching up to the outside wall on the exit of turn number 2. Didn't quite do it, left the door open, and then you see the momentum from that high side just really wrap around him. Buckley's having trouble going down into turn number 3 here. So the 13 of Buckley went from battling inside the top 10 there with Joe Strano, now all the way back to the 12th spot. Sitting about a second and a half off of Joe Strano. See if he can work his way back. He has a fast car here tonight. Just got to catch the brakes at the right time. One driver way down on the inside, and I don't know where he was going. That was the number 24 of Zach Mitchell. I thought there for a second he was going to go down into the grass with that number 24. Kept it on the asphalt here tonight. Now it's to the inside of the number 2 of Michael Trevarthen. It is a battle for the spot number 6. Everybody now officially single file, chasing the number 42 of Max Terrill. There you see the storm from the north closing in 10 laps away from halfway home here tonight. Max Terrill leading the most of these laps. James Skelton currently running back into the second spot. Back in third, that'll be the number 11 of Sean Single. Single right now has his Scooby-Doo Cartoon Network entry holding up Batman. Batman's there, and then you got that DuPont Chevrolet. And the NOS, number 51. That's DJ Anderson and Zach Mitchell battling for that 5th spot. A little bit of a slide up job here by that number 24, Zach Mitchell. So Mitchell will take that 5th spot. Ryan O'Donnell trying to work his way back through the field. Remember, he got that lucky dog. Well, he has picked up already 6 spots since we went back racing here. So Ryan O'Donnell does have a pretty quick car. He's got Rex Hoyle right there with him. Remember, Hoyle's the one that got stuck in gear. His transmission wouldn't go on the restart. That Conley Tire and Service Center car went back behind the wall momentarily. They came out. They said, well, could you believe this? A button off the tuxedo that he's wearing got jammed down there in the transmission. A button from the tuxedo. Can you believe it? Murdoch trying to take the peek to the inside of the number 2, and it looks like he's going to be able to have some momentum. The problem is, can he keep it down in turn number 3? That outside just very dominant off of turn number 2. You look at them, they're even up as they enter turn number 3 here. Murdoch down to the bottom. He'll sail it off into the corner. Doesn't quite slide up to pack the nose on the front end of that number 2. So he'll hold that bottom side of the speedway off turn number 4. He will take the spot, though. Now Richard Murdoch up 5 spots. He is 7th. He is one of your biggest movers of the evening. Joshua Buckley has crawled his way back into this. Right on board with our checkered flag, all board camera with the Granny Hips Walkers and Canes, number 13 of Joshua Buckley. There you see the Road Rage Accessories, 43, Joe Strano out ahead of him. That would be the 10th position that Buckley is eyeing up. He got back around Jason Wells, the number 64. It's a little engine that could for Joshua Buckley. And how about it for that number 40? Higgins involved in a wreck early on. You see that number 3 of Tony Strano also involved in a wreck, and even that number 38 of Brandon Feeney. All drivers are still out onto the speedway, giving it all she's got tonight here, Captain. Higgins still going to town there with that number 3. Now he'll make the pass. The battle, though, for the race lead is on once again. Here comes the snack into a Slim Jim. The Flowertown Animal Hospital, number 86 of James Skelton. Trying to work over Max Terrell. They're up over that third-place machine by about, almost 3 seconds, actually, when you take a peek at the scoring. There's first, second across the line. Here comes Sean Singlehill now across the line to complete lap number 46. Look at James Skelton. He really sails it off into turn 1. See how far he drives it off down here in 3. Very gingery. You hear him playing with the throttle. A little bit of brake there, trying to get it rotated and pointed. He'll get it. Now he'll have the chance to get to the inside here. Right on the quarter panel comes the 86 of Skelton. See what he does down here in 3. Max Tarrant will hold that middle groove. He'll give the bottom side of the 86 of Skelton. Skelton wraps the bottom side of the speedway, and actually he's going to get a great run. Drag race at the line. Give it to the 42. Max Tarrant had it at the line. Max is going to make him work that inside groove. Skelton's down there. He says, if you're going to give me the real estate, I'm going to take it. I'm the realtor. But he's not able to close the deal just yet. So now James going to have to go back on the offensive here as Sean Single is under attack for the first time. He's been running third for quite a while. Right now, Sean Single's trying to help me find a place up in Boston. We headed up to see the Boston Red Sox play. And of course, Sean very familiar with the city. You see him crossing over here on the number 24. Headed up to the Boston area over the 4th of July to catch a Red Sox game in the famous Fenway Stadium. Can't wait to see the old green monster out there. The only green monster that Sean Single wants to see is green flag laps here. As it looks like Tim Blum is still having some problems out there tonight. One driver has come to pit road. There's Tim Blum coming out of pit road. As now he's there, now he's gone. I don't know where he is. Hocus pocus for the 10 of Tim Blum. He was there, I swear, race fans. He was there. I saw him. I don't know where he went. Joshua Buckley making another pass because that number 2 of Michael Trevarthen is backing up through the field. Trevarthen's car is just not going forward here. Now, one driver that did come to pit road, that was Brandon Feeney. Tim Blum is also, I believe, if the scoring is telling me correctly, Tim Blum is also down on pit road right now. Sideways for the 13. Granny Hips really had to catch those tennis balls off the bottom of his walker. He did. He held on to it tonight. That 13 showing some speed, but he'll shove the nose down in 1. And allow the 43, Joe Strano, to close in, but he'll pack the air on the nose and try and fire back away. Dustin Gainey in the Dirty Mo Radio Chick-fil-A number 15. He is actually the driver that's picked up the most spots. He won back at the Super Speedway, which put him in to the playoffs here. That was back at Talladega, which gives him the spot here in the round of what is now 15, because we had 3 winners outside the top 12 at the end of the season. Those drivers get grandfathered in, and then we take the top 12 out of the point standings. So you win, you're in, yes, and that includes if you're outside the top 12. They hit all the required races that he needed this season. It's a good battle right here. This is the battle for that 10th spot. Wells has the spot. Strano would like the spot. Gainey would like to come through. Just nowhere to go. They're battling back here for 10th. Sean Single and Zach Mitchell, they're still going at it up there for 3rd and 4th. So you got battling all over the raceway here, and we're probably still a good 10 laps or so. I believe, let me look. Yeah, probably 10 laps away from the floodgates really starting to open up here for green flag pit cycles. I don't know if the engine is going away on that number 2, but Trevarthen now outside the top 10. He was inside the top 5 when we went back green flag racing back on lap number 29. Joe Strano getting a piece of the outside wall there. That's why he is slow on the front straightaway here. He'll lose a couple spots. Ryan O'Donnell into the back of the number 2. He'll jack up Michael Trevarthen. And now Ryan O'Donnell, they all save it, but now they're going to go 3 wide. Here comes Rex Hoyle. He's going to take the Collins Tire and Service Center down to the bottom side. He'll back out of it, though. It's not a battle for position for him, so he backs out of that. Smart move by the wily veteran. Dustin Gainey, one of the first leaders to come to pit road here tonight. He'll probably split this next run exactly in half and have himself about 15 Dr. Peppers. So Gainey, yes, 4 tires and fuel on the number 15. He'll come back out. Looks like 1 lap down possibly to the race leader. Throw a blanket over this group, though. They're still side by side, 2 by 2. Start to fizzle out just a little bit. Strano still stuck to the outside here. DJ Anderson holding that set spot. Murdoch working the bottom side of the speedway. He's getting there. A little bit of a wobble that time for the number 51 of DJ Anderson. Maybe he can feel the heat off those flames that's coming up behind him. Ethan Troutman also coming to pit road on the number 62, the Home Depot entry. Looks like about pretty much even that time out of turn number 4. Let's see if Murdoch can really drive it off into 1. Looks like that 1 car really rotates in the center of the corner over what DJ Anderson's car is doing out there. Little by little does Richard Murdoch start to close in on DJ Anderson. Now Anderson going to blow the corner down in turn 3. He'll swing it way high. Murdoch going to now jet down to the inside, but the 51 should have that momentum built up on the outside. He'll rocket ship back around the top side. Caution lights on. All around the speedway. Uh-oh, the Road Rage Accessories, number 43 of Joe Strano is sitting down on the apron on the grass. Looks like all 4 tires are up, but there is some contact on that left-hand side. Remember, he was battling with the number 2 of Michael Trevarthen there. Ryan O'Donnell, Rex Hoyle was right there too. Take a look here. Oh, looks like Dustin Gainey was trying to go around the outside, and they'll clip the Road Rage Accessories number 43 right into that left rear. Right on board with Joe Strano. Oh, then unfortunately Rex Hoyle, who was sitting in the lucky dog spot, going to get involved. So that's what brings out the caution flag. As a lot of your race leaders will come to pit road. James Skelton bringing down all the lead lap cars here. This is going to really trap a couple of these other drivers off the sequence because remember, they had just come down pit road. Dustin Gainey, Troutman, Feeney, they all came to pit road, I believe, along with Rob Higgins. He was down on pit road when the caution came out. First one to the cone. 86 drops the jack of blazing pit roads. Stop there for James Skelton's crew, and then it'll be Max Darrell, Chris Hammett, Sean Single, Zach Mitchell, DJ Anderson, Richard Murdoch, Jeffrey Souza, Joshua Buckley, and Jason Wells, your top 10 drivers as they came out. But there's one driver that did stay out. There he is. Driver out of Newcastle, New South Wales, Australia. He says he does not drink Foster's. So anybody that's out there putting the Australian connection together for Kevin O'Brien, he says the Australians do not drink Foster's, that it's only the Americans that drink that. I actually don't even know an American that drinks Foster's, so can't say I've ever seen it. I lie. I do lie. Saw it at, what's that, Outback Steakhouse one time. So Kevin will come down and he'll make his stop, so that will turn things right back over to the Slim Jim entry. Max Terriel is right there also. Well, see, we already have one person chiming in out there that Foster's is gross, so I wouldn't know. But then again, we drink for the farmers here in the studio, and that would be Busch beer, so I'll just leave it at that, and I'll leave it also that it's all Rob Higgins' fault. He just found, actually, some of those John Deere green cans by Busch Beer. Sent me a picture yesterday on Father's Day, of all days. Of course, I do thank everybody for shooting me a message on Father's Day. I thank each and every one of you that did that, and hey, what do you say? Why don't you go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and let these drivers know that you appreciate them here with Red Light Racing, especially tonight in the Granny Hips, Buckley, Walkers, and Canes 100 here for the Checkered Flag Auto Supply Scrambler Series for Red Light Racing. Catch all the Red Light races right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Mondays with the Scrambler Series here, and on Thursday, there's 2 races left in that series, which is the Modified Series, before we will head into something that you've never seen before. Yes, we scramble them up here on Monday night on the larger tracks with the NASCAR machines. The ARCA cars that you see here tonight, the 1987 Winston Cup machines, the Next Generation Cup cars, the Xfinity, and the trucks also here on Monday night. Well, how about Legends, SK, late models, street stocks, super late models, all coming next season. Season number 8 for the short track series will be the Checkered Flag Auto Supply Short Track Scrambler Series. Catch all those races right here in the Turn 3 Racing Network starting on August the 25th at the Bull Ring with the famous Legend machine. That's going to be a good one. Headed out to the Bull Ring to really start those off. High banked out there. The Legends cars, we're going to see those things humming around the Speedway. And that is for sure. We can't wait to mix things up next season. But, of course, if you're interested in that, head on over to redlightracing.net for more info for the Short Track Scrambler Series. Safety car off. We're over halfway home here tonight. Come back into the restart zone. It'll be 64 laps in the books. And caution flag number 4 is away. As they all boot, scoot, and boogie down here into turn number 1, the high side hustler, James Skelton, will sneak out of turn number 2 with the race lead. So he has the race lead. Here comes Zach Mitchell. He'll take a bid for second now down the back straightaway. That DuPont number 24 machine trying to take second spot away. Now sideways for the 42, and the 51 of DJ Anderson spinning out of turn 4. He'll nose it into the inside wall. Caution lights are on. And I believe I saw the 42 of Max Terriel also into the outside wall in car number 42. There's some damage on the front end of the number 42 of Max Terriel. So the 5th caution flag of the evening coming out there. Caution flag, of course, coming out low. It looks like Max will make a late entry down to pit road. He will bring the 42 straight to pit road here. So Max comes to pit road, but DJ Anderson is the one that went around. Oh, the 51 just catches the apron there. Nosed it into the wall. Spun it back around. See him already there. He's on the inside and spun it around in front of the field. Everybody stayed off him. Here's what happened with Max Terriel. It looks like Zach Mitchell down. Oh, Max got loose on the outside there. Max got loose and unfortunately up into the outside wall for the 42. You see some damage on the right-hand side. There you see him. Sean Single going to slide the tires to avoid. Watch the 42 here. He enters on the high side there. Mitchell packs the air on the right hand or on the left-hand side of the 42. Sideways goes that 42 and into the outside wall. Sean Single goes to the inside. The 51 goes for the spin. Some crazy chain of events here tonight for these drivers here at the Worldwide Technology Raceway. While they take the caution flag, we take a break here. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back here to Gateway after this.
iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
Welcome back here, race fans. Lights are out on the iRacing.com safety car here at the Worldwide Technology Raceway. After our 5th caution flag of the evening, we're ready to go back racing. It'll be 69 completed laps and a new contender on the front row. The number 24 of Zach Mitchell has come to play here tonight. Safety car is off the racing surface. The driver that came to pit road was the number 42 of Max Terriot. He is back out there along with DJ Anderson. Both those drivers got into the wall to bring the caution flag out. Green flag back up. And here we go. Oh, somebody's crashing. The mid-pack, the number 51 of DJ Anderson. Going around to bring out the 6th caution flag. Right back-to-back cautions here tonight. Let's take a look. What happened to that 51 of DJ Anderson? He was on the outside row. Oh, he goes to cut down to the inside there. Delston Gainey was doing the same thing. Right on board with Troutman, see what he saw. Troutman just on the inside lane, minding his own business. Fortunately, those drivers coming together. So now the 15 of Anderson will have to go to the back of the field. He was close, not quite all the way to the back, but now he will join that number 42 of Max Terriot. Terriot came down pit road, got tires, and he's going to try and probably play a little bit different strategy now. Should be under the 25 lap to go marker by the time we do go back racing here, but you won't miss a thing. We'll be right back here at Gateway.
Simulated racing can be awesome, but it can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, the racing was always fun. But there was always a certain level of chaos or danger until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at iRacing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race, so you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all will be kept in the pits. Not to mention that with members in over 130 countries already in their vast community, you can find races day and night, so you can always get in the action. You can even join a league of your favorite series and work your way up to one of 7 world championships, offering over $500,000 in prize money. And since updates are always automatic, you don't have to worry about software and can focus on the track. Zip up your fire suit and check out iRacing.com.
There they are. They're ready to go racing. Welcome back to Gateway here tonight. We're ready to go back racing after the 6th caution flag of the evening on the front straightaway here. This time by, we're drop the hammer once again here for these drivers here in the Checkered Flag Auto Supply Scrambler Series here. We're green once again. Great start by the outside once again there for James Skelton. He'll lead down the back straightaway. Look at everybody trying to find a hole. Mitchell and Singles doing the side-by-side jig. One driver, two drivers up against the fence. That's Feeney. As you see it, the caution lights are on. Once again for the caution here tonight. We'll see who was involved in that one. Well, looks like the 61 of Dalton Williamson had some problems, possibly being involved in that one. See the Rowdy Energy number 61. You don't see too much damage on that 61, so it makes you think and wonder what actually happened back there with 61. I'm also told that the 62 possibly involved here. Oh, the 61 got the tap from Higgins. That rivalry from Thursday night. Oh, boy. Thursday night, it was the other way around. It was the 40 of Higgins going for a ride. 62 of Troutman just absolutely nowhere to go, not involved, and then all of a sudden he's involved. Gaston up really thought he was going to miss it, and he wound up in it. Saved it for a moment, parked against the wall, and Troutman nowhere to go. So he will go to pit road. That's the 62 of Troutman, and he will also join him, the 61 of Dalton Williamson. So a couple cautions going back to back to back here to really slow the progress here tonight for these drivers in the Granny Hips, Buckley, Walkers, and Canes 100 here tonight at the Gateway International Raceway, Gateway Motorsports Park, Worldwide Technology Raceway, you name it, the list goes on here tonight. But man, it's been all about James Skelton and the 42 of Max Terrell. Of course, Terrell trying to work his way back through the field. James Skelton still out front here tonight. One of the players that came to play a little bit later here into this one, how about that number 2? Or sorry, actually that's the 13 of Joshua Buckley. Buckley making his way inside the top 5 here tonight. As Buckley makes himself inside the top 5, picking up 10 spots. He's not the biggest mover, though. The biggest dancer at the dance, there he is. It's his fault tonight, race fans. It's all his fault. It's Tony Strano, race fans. He is being scored in the 8th position. So a great night here for the driver of car number 3. Ryan Aldani inside the top 10. There's the Turbo Dork Radical Paints entry. After going a lap down and getting involved in 2 wrecks, he's now back inside the top 10. Little engine that good keeps chugging along here tonight. Of course, Ryan aspiring to be a photographer here as of late, putting up some really awesome photos. I really enjoyed the one of his doggy. A little bit of a dog fan. I never had a dog growing up, and of course my wife talked me into getting a dog. And, well, Ryan and I have a pretty similar little doggy, and they're pretty cool. Lights are out. Means we're ready to party once again here at Gateway. Skelton and Mitchell on the front row, followed by Single and Murdoch. Then it's going to be Buckley and Souza, Wells and Tony Strano, O'Donnell and Hammett. Then it's Feeney and Rob Higgins, Trevarthen, Joe Strano, Max Terrill, Dustin Gainey, Bob Higgins, Troutman, Williamson, Hoyle, Anderson, and Kevin O'Brien still out there running into the 22nd position. Those are your cars still running here tonight. A lot of cautions, but a lot of these drivers still here tonight. Of course, it's the first round of the playoffs. You want to get as many points as you can. Green flag back up into the air here. It'll be 21 laps to go at Gateway. Great start there by Skelton, but oh boy, for the first time, we see the inside lane come to life on the restart. Here comes the 24 of Mitchell. Here comes the 11 of Sean Single. Can they do anything with that 86 of Skelton down the back straightaway? No, they won't. They're going to follow back behind him for the time being. Richard Murdoch trying to find a hole. He tried to close the door on the number 4, Souza. Souza had the nose of that Triad Racing. There are 3 wide fans out here on the front straightaway. 4 wide now. Dustin Gainey go way below Brandon Feeney. Max Terrill going from the top shelf to the bottom shelf there and try to get around Ryan O'Donnell. They were 4 wide racing here at Gateway. I can say that's something I have never seen, was 4 wide racing at Gateway. Somehow, they just made that work. So as they all battle back there for right around the 15th position, out front, it is still James Skelton, Zach Mitchell, Sean Single, Jeffrey Souza, and Murdoch losing out on that exchange. Murdoch falling 1 spot back to that number 4 machine. So Murdoch now running in 5th. Tony Strano is sitting there in the 6th spot. Joshua Buckley falling back on that restart. Now he's under attack. Here comes the Batman. Chris Hammett trying to work the inside of the Granny Hips Walkers and Canes, number 13. Of course, there's Tony Strano. He washes up the speedway just a little bit. They go side by side with Joshua Buckley taking a peek to the inside, or in the little room there. The inside of him, though, here comes Wells. And it looks like, Ryan O'Donnell sideways. He saves it down the back straightaway. Ryan O'Donnell had the Turbo Door Radical Paints entry looking at the inside fence, the outside fence, and kept it pointed somehow straight. Absolutely skillful driving there for the driver out of Canton, Michigan. The 3 of Strano washing up the hill there. Looks like Buckley got around him. Now he'll lose the spot. There goes the 2 of Michael Trevarthen. Here comes the 42 of Max Terrill. And the 64 of Wells now will take a peek to the inside. Possibly tires going away on the number 3 of Tony Strano. Joshua Buckley misses corner 3. Little net code there between those 2 drivers. The 13 of Buckley and the 2 of Michael Trevarthen net coding just a little bit out of turn number 4. They both were able to hang on to it. I thought we were getting another caution flag that time. Here comes the number 42, Max Terrill. He is driving with vengeance now. He wants to get back to the front. The sand of the hourglass is running out here at Gateway. Sails it around the number 2 of Michael Trevarthen. Now we'll try to get the number 13 of Joshua Buckley. He'll take the peek. He's got the fender to the inside on the straightaway. Little wiggle wobble down into turn number 1 for the 42. That's going to allow Buckley, I think, to go right back around the 42 of Max Terrill. He does, so Buckley will hold the position for the time being, but that 42 is very quick here. It's quick, and we're quickly closing in on 10 laps to go. When the 86 of Skelton comes by, it'll be 14 laps to go. Skelton, Mitchell, Single, Souza, Murdoch, they're all right there. And don't count out Mr. Batman, Chris Hammett. He is also right there. O'Donnell and Wells going back at it. Donnie able to hold the 64 at bay for the time being. There's Dustin Gainey also. And Gainey just misses the sweet spot down in turn 3. He's swung high. He'll lose a lot of ground there to the race leaders. Under attack, though, that time when they came by the stripe. That 24, Zach Mitchell, really driving it for all she's got. Right on board with our checkered flag auto supply on board camera. James Skelton, your race leader. 24, Zach Mitchell down to the bottom side. Sean Single looks like he may have just slipped just a little bit that time down to 3. Everybody looks good up towards the front of the field. Everybody choosing a different lane. Here comes that 42 once again down to the inside. Outside has seemed to predominantly pay off here. And it looks like it will once again. Josh Buckley not giving up this top 10 run here tonight. He just will not roll over. One driver having some problems. Caution lights are on. Yep, it's his fault. Tony Strano. Now, how about a little bit of a shootout? What do you do? I think tires are too valuable here tonight. These drivers are going to have to pit. You might see somebody gamble just a little bit with 2 tires. Possibly Max Terrell, who's been trying to work his way back through the field. But first, what happened to Mr. It's His Fault? Battling with his brother. Oh, the 62 of Troutman into the back of the 3. Tony Strano entry going around. Couldn't quite tell from that point of view whose fault that quite was. This might be a little farther out. Maybe the 62 washes up the speedway just a tad. Taking a look, we should be about 7 or so laps to go. When we go racing. Drivers that did come to pit road are the 42 of Max Terriot, Michael Trevartha, Jason Wells, Dalton Williams, and Joe Strano, Rex Hoyle, Brandon Feeney, Ethan Troutman, Bob Higgins, and Kevin O'Brien all came to pit road here. That should be the last tires down there in pit road for these drivers, so they're out. I do believe that's a good call there if you were Max Terriot or Michael Trevartha, Jason Wells. I believe you wanted to come down pit road and get those tires right here. They were all sitting right around the 10th position anyway, so what the most they missed was, it looks like as Tony comes to pit road. So they may be back 2 spots from where they were running at the time of the caution flag. And with, the championship battle on the line here, you're going racing with 7. You might possibly get another caution flag, and then you might get this could work out perfectly into the hands of those drivers. We'll see. Looking at the 42 of Max Darrell, remember there was damage, and I just saw the 51 shoot by us. Looks like he has a brand new race car himself. Remember that 51 of DJ Anderson was very, very hard into the wall at one point. Now Anderson, you see him right there, the NOS number 51, looking clean as can be. That thing is fresh. It's mint. Should possibly be able to see the 1 to go marker here this time by at the flag stand here tonight. Race fans, while we have a second here, we still got to once again thank you all for tuning in here tonight. We also got to thank everybody who has gone over to the Help Ava Recovery from Stroke on the GoFundMe page. Once again, we thank each and every one of you that are able to contribute here. And we got to give a big shout out to Mary. It looks like Mary was the last donator here just a couple moments ago. So, excuse me, as I'm battling under the weather myself. But Mary, we thank you for helping out Ava in her recovery. Our goal is halfway there. We hope to get there. Lights are out, though, so we're ready to go back racing. This time by, we can drop the hammer once again here on these Arkham Menards machines tonight. So there'll still be Skelton choosing the outside lane with Zach Mitchell, Jeffrey Souza, and Sean Single back there in row number 2. Row 3 then looks like that'll be the 6 of Chris Hammett and Richard Murdoch. Ryan Aldani, Joshua Buckley, Dustin Gainey, all drivers that stay out here along with DJ Anderson. So your top 10 on older tires. 7 laps to go to battle this one out here tonight at Gateway. Long, slow crawl that time. Oh, big wreck in the midfield. Big wreck in the midfield. It looks like the number 13 of Joshua Buckley. Oh, Max Terriel rolling with sparks on the number 42. The tire all bowed out. It is not straight on the number 42. Sparks bellowing out of the backside. Now this one's gonna be crazy, that's for sure. Let's start here, let's watch. Oh, looks like possibly Joshua Buckley missing a shift on that one. Dustin Gainey going for a wild ride down there. See a lot of damage on that 42 machine. Yeah, Buckley missed the shift and up the speedway he went. Right on board with Max Terriel. Well, we talked about a caution coming, but we didn't mean the 42 of Max Terriel being involved in it. But there you see that 42 driving away. I'm sure he's not very happy right now. James Skelton likes it because he's going to see less laps on the board that he has to hold off the number 24 of Zach Mitchell and the 11 of Sean Single. Then it's going to be Jeffrey Souza, Richard Murdoch, Chris Hammett, Ryan O'Donnell, DJ Anderson, Rob Higgins, Michael Trevarthen. Trying to look to see where the freshest tires are right now, and that would be Michael Trevarthen back there in car number 2, sitting in about the 10th position right now. A couple drivers coming to pit road. That's the 42 of Max Terriel. See him coming to pit road as night might end right here. Dustin Gainey also coming to pit road. So those drivers are going to see what their crews can do if they can get back out here tonight. Both those drivers, championship implications on those machines. They are both drivers in the championship 15. So, it's a crazy one, race fans. What do you think you got here after the ninth caution flag here tonight? This will go into a green-white checker here tonight. Maybe a little extra innings for you all if you're baseball fans. A little bit of overtime today here for the opening round of the chase for the Cup. Here in Season 13 for the Scrambler Series, tonight's race brought to us by our friends over at Granny Hips, Buckley's, Walkers, and Canes for 100 laps here at the Gateway Raceway. Trying to see, the field looks like they want to go, but race control here tonight has not said that we were getting ready. So it will be a green-white checker attempt, and yeah, they actually said let's turn them loose here. So put the soda pop down, Mom. Dad, put the popcorn over on the armrest. And try not to knock it over, because this one is gonna get exciting. Looking at it right now, and I'm seeing anybody's ball game at this point. James Skelton has dominated since the 42 of Max Terrell had issues, ran around the mid part of this race, has not been able to get back to the front of the field, and now finds himself sitting on pit road after an unfortunate, just wrong place, wrong time. Zach Mitchell, Jeffrey Souza have been trailing that number 86 for well over half this race. Car off, green-white checker attempt number 1 is underway here. Looks like Mitchell really going to contest the 86 of Skelton. He pushes Skelton up the track just a little bit. Skelton now going to come back down on top of the 24. The 86 going to go up into the wall, and chaos. Chaos on the back straightaway. As Bob Higgins left spinning his tires, it looks like his car is done here tonight. So the 10th caution flag of the evening looks like this. The 86 comes down to the 24. He goes up the speedway then, and 6 and the 51 had a disagreement over, I think, who was going to have that position. Watch over top here. Well, 51 tried to sneak through the hole. That just wasn't quite there. Hard impact for Rex Hoyle. He wound up against the inside safer barrier. There you see the Colony Tire and Service Center, number 54. His night is not going to end very well. There's Tony Strano. He was involved. There's the 62. Ethan Troutman was involved. Right on board with Troutman, this is what he exactly saw. Ouch. On board here with Brandon Feeney. Oh, Feeney. Hang on to her, old son. Watch it again. See the 86 up into the wall. hole's just not there. So that's what puts us under caution flag again here. Now, this is really shaking the field up. We're going to go back green-white checker here again. The lights are still on the pace car. It's showing us that it is going to be Shanika single out front with Zach Mitchell, Jeffrey Souza, Richard Murdoch, Ryan O'Donnell, your top 5. With Michael Trevarthen, Rob Higgins, James Skelton back there in 8th. Ninth looking like Dalton Williamson, then Joe Strano. Well, some crazy events here. Trying to see, it does not look like 54 Rex Hoyle's going to make it back out. Bob Higgins has taken the toe to pit road also. I don't think he's going to make it back out. Wells has retired. Max Terriot is down on pit road trying to get his car fixed in case this race continues here, that possibly he could come out there and he'd need 2 laps to pick up a spot from Rex Hoyle and Bob Higgins. And those are 2 spots that could matter. Championship drivers that are not going to be happy with the outcome of this one. Tim Blum not going to be very happy with the outcome. Jason Wells along with Max Terriot. Those drivers all digging themselves very big holes. Chris Hammett, DJ Anderson also not having good nights here. Ethan Troutman also outside the top 10, trying to stay inside the top 15. So those drivers not very happy. Crazy racetrack here at Gateway that they got. It's a gateway to the West, and you know what they say, when you go to the West, anything is possible. We're seeing that here tonight. Lights are out, though, so we should wind these bad boys back up. Next time by. Green-white checker attempt number 2. This time coming at us. Let's see if we can get this one in the books here tonight. Safety car will take to the safety of pit road. This time out of turn number 4. Green-white checker attempt number 2 after the 10th caution flag here of the evening at Gateway. Here in the Granny Hips Buckley. Walkers and Canes 100 being extended. Green flag up. And here we come. Oh, contact there between Mitchell and Skelton down into corner number 1. 3 wide racing. Here comes Richard Murdoch. Murdoch trying to go through the middle. Oh, Murdoch going to go down towards the grass. Had to lift out of it. That's going to lose his opportunity to go to the promised land here tonight. Here comes Souza. Here comes Michael Trevarthen. He's got the fresher tires out of all these drivers up here. See if we get back to the white flag. Sean Single trying to hang on to it. Going to lose that second position. It'll be white flag into the air. We will get this one in the books here. The white flag is up, presented by Culpeper's Bakery and Cafe. It's the final trip around the speedway. Zach Mitchell out front here. He's trying to hang on to this one. Battle for that second spot between Jeffrey Souza and Sean Single. One driver into the wall, crashing down the back straightaway. There goes the 15 of Dustin Gady. There goes Brandon Feeney down to the inside. DJ Anderson involved. Oh, contact there. Going to send the 4 of Souza up the speedway. It will be Zach Mitchell punching his ticket out of 4 into the next round of the playoffs. Mitchell, Single, Skelton, all coming across in their top 3 spots. Murdoch back to 4th. Michael Trevarthen in 5th. Ryan O'Donnell, Joe Strano, Jeffrey Souza, Dalton Williamson, Rob Higgins rounding down the top 10 unofficially. There goes the 6 of Chris Hammett. He'll finish with sparks bellowing out of that car. There's the winner. He'll get a spin out there by the 86 on the cool down lap. So Zach Mitchell going to pick up the big W here tonight at Gateway. So Mitchell going to go straight down to pit road, and as he does that, we're step away. We'll be back with your post-race show with your top 3 finishers after this.
iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
Welcome back here, race fans, to the Gateway Raceway, or the Worldwide Technology Raceway here tonight for the Granny Hips, Buckley, Walkers, and Canes 100. Went a little bit past the scheduled distance here tonight at Gateway to find out who was going to punch their ticket into the next round of the playoffs. And after, 105 laps here tonight, we have your finishing order. Let's head down trackside tonight here to talk to your top 3 finishers. Let's kick things off with the driver that will finish P number 1 here tonight. How about it? Number 24 here, Zach Mitchell. Zach, this was not an easy one for you. Early on, this car was pointed in the wrong direction, but late here, this car came on strong.
It did, and I was fast, and I just made some stupid mistakes at the end, and I don't like to race that way, and how everybody saw that, but I can't apologize to James and Sean enough at the end. I've never done that. I've never raced anybody that way, and I just sent it too hard trying to win, knowing I had to win this week, and it just wasn't smart.
You can hear it. You talk about the pressure that's on you drivers, as you were one of the drivers out of the 15 that made it into the first round of the playoffs here. How much did it mean, though, and how much pressure was on you tonight here at Gateway, knowing there's only 2 rounds to get it done to advance yourself, 15 drivers getting cut to 8?
There's a lot of pressure. I mean, for me, with only being able to race one of the 2 weeks, it made it a little bit more pressure, but I think if I could do it over again, I totally would, and do it a different way. I'd rather finish second and race it clean than win by the way I did it.
But this point, now, next week, you're away, but you're in. So, I mean, you got to look at it as, you had to do what you had to do.
Yeah, and just the way I did it, I'm glad James was able to get back up to third and still salvage a good finish out of it. But I don't like to race that way.
Well, Jimmy Johnson, once upon a time, sent Martin Truex a bunch of bikes after they made the contact. We'll see what you got to do this week, as maybe a little bubble gum. I hear he likes to chew bubble gum and go on walks, so maybe that's something you might be able to send to him.
Maybe I'll just buy a house from him, too.
I wouldn't go that far. His head's pretty big. Don't push it. But, hey, a great run regardless of the outcome here tonight. You park it in victory lane here. Your punch, your ticket. How does it feel to know, though, you will race in the next round?
It feels good. I like my chances. The rest of the schedule sets up pretty nice for me, so hopefully I can put together a good strategy and figure something out to make it all the way to the final race.
Well, before we let you go, the red carpet rolls out here tonight as the microphone is yours. Who do you got to thank for this one?
I can't thank my family enough. Can't thank you, Roger, Turn 3 Racing Network, for putting it on for us, and can't thank Josh and all the admins enough for putting on a good league for us to run every week.
There you hear it from your winner. He won't be here next week, but he'll punch his ticket to race in a couple of weeks when we do head to Dover for the beginning of round number 2. The cutoff is 8, and he is in, so that is 1 spot taken. Zach Mitchell picks up the win here tonight in the Granny Hips Buckley Walkers and Canes 100, and right behind him, the driver of that wild Scooby-Doo entry. How about it, Shanika? Podium here tonight. That car was fast as soon as you guys took it off the trailer.
Yeah, it felt good. Pretty much all race. I don't necessarily love this track, but I really love this car. I think it suits my driving style well. A little disappointed I couldn't get the win. I know Zach apologized, but wins are hard to come by here, so I'm just a little upset we couldn't have done it a little bit cleaner. But, you know, it happens. It's racing, so.
It's racing tonight, a lot of cautions, but walk us through those final restarts here. The green-white checkers are some of the hardest here, especially on a track like this.
Yeah, it seemed like we couldn't put it together on the last 40 laps, which was tough. So starting on the inside, you know, you can get a big run off of 2 where if you can get ahead of the person going into 3 and 4, you'll kind of set sail from there. But the restarts were tough, and especially being on the inside, I think I only had 1 chance on the outside.
Well, either way, when you look at this one, this is going to set you up pretty good because we will now head to Rockingham next week. What do you think your chances are? You're going to go into Rockingham slotted 3rd overall in the point standings.
Glad about the point standings because I think we're using the next gen car, and me and that car do not get along. So hoping for a good finish. I'm going to just try and finish clean so I can hold good points throughout the rest of the playoffs here.
Well, how about this? Why don't you go out there and get some practice done?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, and first find me a hotel in Boston. Yep, okay. Before we let you go, though, who do you got to thank?
Got to thank my mom and dad are always watching. I'm pretty sure Autumn's out there watching as well. Got to thank her. I think my buddy Joe from work's watching as well, so shout out to him. And BK Paints, I need to get some paints going for the short track series, the admins, Josh, Richard, and James, and then you as well picking up the broadcast. You know, you do a great job, and I'm always excited to watch it back the next day.
There you hear it. Shanika Single will finish P number 2 here tonight. And sitting in 3rd, it may not be where he wanted to finish, but hey, James, a heck of a rally back here tonight late in this one. How did you wander back through the field like that?
I mean, I guess I got lucky. I don't know. Started 8th on that last restart, and I think Trevarthen washed up through 3 and 4, and then I got 2 positions right at the end. So I don't think I've ever been so mad. Well, actually, when Butler wrecked me last year on the championship race when he was 2 car lengths back, I was pretty mad on that, and I'm pretty furious.
How hard is it to swallow this one after having the dominant car leading the most laps here at Gateway?
I mean, it's pretty silly. It's I don't know. It's just tough to when you're going to a restart and I'm the control car and I see the second place car passing me before we even get to the start finish line. I don't know. It's rough, man. Like mistakes always happen, but like you said, I was proud of myself when Max passed me to catch him and pass him cleanly, and thought I had the best car. And then the cautions in the end, it's pretty infuriating.
So a rough one to swallow, but when you look at the points, you'll be 2nd in the championship standings leaving here. What are you going to have to do now at Rockingham next week?
I mean, just have a good finish. I mean, that's the ultimate goal. I mean, I guess I should be happy for, have a 3rd place finish. I know Max and Jason's and some of the other guys that have a lot of speed did not have a good finish. But, I mean, at the end of the day, we're racing a race. And, the championship, you got to get there eventually. That's weeks away. And in the moment, you want to win the race. And I don't know. I've not been this mad in a while.
Well, here's the good thing. The race is over. You still finish 3rd, and you still have a walk coming up here. Are we still going for a walk tonight?
I don't even know. I don't think the wife's still at work right now, so I'm definitely going to need it.
Well, hey, why don't we let you get out of here tonight, James? A good run regardless of the outcome. This car's fast. We look forward to seeing it next week before we let you go. Who do you got to thank that helps you out on a week-to-week.
Yeah, just want to thank you, Roger, for everything you do. Sorry, I got a message or something, but all the admins, Josh, and then Richard, all the drivers for coming out, all our sponsors, everybody that's watching, and we'll see you guys next week.
There you hear it tonight here from Skelton. You could hear it in his voice, a little dejected in the outcome of this one. Would have loved to put the icing on the cake and park the 86 in victory lane. But he will rally back for a third-place finish. That's something that you actually can hang your hat on because the championship standings, they're going to look very tight. Yes, there's some drivers that are going to leave here tonight like, well, of course, that Tim Blum entry, that number 10, the 64 of Wells having a little bit of a down night. Max Terriel will actually get credit with a 19th place finish here. How about DJ Anderson outside the top 15? There's drivers that really are going to have to dig down deep now, put their boots on, and go to work when we head to Rockingham. That's just 1 week from today. On the 27th of June, we'll head to the Rockingham Speedway. We will bring out the next generation Cup car. That is today's Cup car that you can catch on Sunday nights when NASCAR hits the big screens. But man, if this was just the first race of the round of 15, what's the second race at Rockingham? Old bumpy Rockingham gonna be on the 27th? I don't know. You don't know. There's only one way that we can all find out, and that's to tune in next Monday night. But for everybody at the Checkered Flag Auto Supply, everybody over there at the Granny Hips, Walkers, and Canes, Red Light Racing, and all of us here at the Turn 3 Racing Network, we hope you enjoyed tonight's show here from the Gateway Raceway, and we will catch you in 7 days' time. Till then, everybody stay safe, and we'll see you in Turn 3.